not a sorbet, not an ice cream, but an old-fashioned sherbet made with milk and citrus juice, overripe bananas, and of course the finest New Jersey ripe strawberries. And today Mom's here. You all know my mother, Martha. She's going to show us how to make this wonderful, wonderful strawberry banana summer sherbet.
I've had plenty of
Where'd you get the recipe? You know, you've never told me where the recipe is.
Well, I wish I could remember, but I was talking to your Aunt Still the other day, and she has the recipe, too.
Oh, she does?
Yes, so maybe it was just one of these family things.
I think she got it from you.
Well, I'll take the credit, but...
So, with all these strawberries, how many strawberries did we finally have in there?
Well, this is a good quart, I think.
Okay.
Actually, this sherbet is a good recipe because you're not confined to any special quantities.
So if you only have a pint of strawberries, you can still make it.
Yes, you can
just
make
add more bananas.
That's right, or you could make a lesser amount.
Oh, okay.
So the first thing to do is to mash your berries. Sometimes I use the wire whip on the mixer.
But I did use this recipe in one of my books, and because I just love it. But I actually really wait for my mom to make it every single summer.
It's a very refreshing...
Every time. How about the deal is you come over to my house, and every time you come over, you make sherbet.
Good.
Okay. I will keep bananas.
If you have blueberries,
oh, yes,
we'll use those. If you have the raspberries,
okay.
So you don't have to really mash this smooth because it's good to have it chunky.
Yeah, you want the chunks. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now you take your bananas and...
Now, someone in the kitchen here at the studio said, oh, you don't want to use these bananas. They're horrible looking. But they're horrible looking, but they're not bruised, and they are perfectly ripe. Very nice. Make sure all the fibers are off. Mm-hmm. So 4 bananas?
Usually I use, as a base, 4 bananas.
And you'll need, for this recipe, 4 ice cube trays. Mom always made the sherbet in ice cube trays so that we would have little cubes to eat. And how much sugar?
I'd start with a ½ a cup.
Should I start mixing the strawberries with the sugar? So a ½ a cup of granulated sugar.
To a quart of strawberries and 4 bananas.
And then what I really love is the addition of fresh orange juice and fresh lemon juice. So you're adding 1 cup of orange? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now this has to be freshly squeezed. And we also have how much lemon juice?
Well, to taste.
So about 3 tablespoons. And what makes this a sherbet is the milk. Lovely. So those mashed up very well. And 2 cups, I think this is exactly 2 cups, yes, pre-measured. 2 cups of milk. And that's it. Can you imagine how simple it is to make your own sherbet? And the kids, I must tell you, are going to love this. But it's also a spectacular summer dessert for guests.
Well, that was one of our popular desserts because it was so easy.
But it's also so good.
And it's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now I'll just scoop this out and make sure you have room in your freezer. So about 2 cups fills 1
ice cube tray. You can use the plastic ice cube trays, which don't have that kind of a divider.
And as usual, my mother's recipes are efficient and fast, simple and delicious. Well, here we go. Here we have 4 wonderful trays of
It makes just the right amount.
It does. It's great, Mom. Would you open that freezer door and we can show what they look like? And look at the color it becomes. When it freezes, it becomes this beautiful rosy color. And it comes out very nicely into perfect ice cubes. And my sister Laura, by the way, always served them, as did Mom, in these aluminum cups, which are very popular now from the, I guess they're from the 50s, aren't they? Well, another thing that you did that I still suggest to a lot of my friends is to freeze good juices, like good unsweetened pineapple juice right out of the can. You can freeze apricot nectar. Mom always froze apricot nectar, pear nectar. Mm-hmm. Remember those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things? So these are perfect. Well, do you want to taste?
Of course.
They're a little hard.
Well, that's why it's good to put them in a dish or a little glass and
just
sit
let
down.
Them set for a couple minutes before.
They'll soften, and then you take a spoon or a little fork and start breaking them up, and it's a very, very nice, tasty dessert.
And here, Mom, here's yours.
Thank you.
And I'll bring these out for your guests, and we'll have summer sherbet in the summertime. It's very delicious. And try Martha Castira's summer sherbet.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Mom.